I'll go Tiger Jack, Arnold Palmer, and
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler.
That's your man.
He's good.
That's your boy.
Dude,
Yeah, he is my boy.
That
You,
dude,
you swing like him.
No, I wish.
You like to do that little slide.
Yeah, he does.
I tried to do this.
George kind of has the same behavior. He doesn't have the same footwork, but after he hits the ball, the way he like leans over.
Yeah, mine's off the toe. His is off the center. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the DawgLeg Show. This week we have episode 8. Covered a few different topics for you guys today. We went through our spring break Ryder Cup, then kind of recapped the Arnold Palmer, Scotty Scheffler's new putter, stuff like that. Talked a little bit about our tournament next week down at Lake Oconee, the Linger Longer, as well as answering some of the questions that you guys had for us, which we didn't get to last week since we were out on the course. So keep sending those questions in because we'll answer them. So tune in. So we'll start off by giving a shout out to Russell Henley. We got a little new thing that we're going to start doing here.
Yep.
We got all the tour players' bags sitting up here above us, which you guys may or may not be able to see. But whichever dog finishes the best on tour that week, we're going to go ahead and put their bag up there behind us. So Russell Henley finished fourth.
Yep.
Was it solo fourth?
No, I think it's tied.
Yeah.
Fourth.
Yeah, he made a good par save on 18. So
Yeah.
So he's our low guy.
Player of the week.
Huh?
Yeah, player of the week.
George's idea.
Yeah, player of the week.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's awesome idea.
Yeah.
Because we had Ryuji's up there for the first however many episodes.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryuji Yamada.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you guys this. How are you guys feeling after this morning?
Workouts?
Yeah.
I feel fine. How you feel?
I feel fine. I went back to bed.
Yeah. I took a little nap. I took a nap for sure.
Dude, I freaking fell asleep on the floor this morning. I went and got in the shower. Got out of the shower.
You didn't make it to the couch?
No. No, I was just in the floor of my bedroom. Woke up at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was just laying there looking at my phone.
Can you tell them why we're dead after workouts?
Oh, yeah. Well, I know our trainer, Hummer, watches these things.
You got to get Hummer on, by the way.
Yeah, we do need to get
He's
him
gonna be a
on.
guest.
Shout out to Hummer. He's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, we started doing these things probably 2-3 weeks ago now. 10 minutes straight on the air bikes, which is basically, I don't really know if you could like reference this based on gears on like a bike, but if you rode in like a really high gear on a bike for 10 minutes straight.
But you got your arms pumping.
It's just like
too.
it's like wind resistance.
Yeah, it's just
all-
wind resistance, and it kills your legs. I mean, you feel like jello after you get off that thing.
Yeah.
Like I literally felt like my legs were. I always feel like my legs are like 20 pounds. We have to. We basically
Just
have to
10
see how-
minutes, like kind of all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, we sit there and we do those, and Hummer makes sure to remind us that the gymnast can do triple of whatever we can do. And
Yeah.
Makes us feel weak and out of shape. We'll get there.
But yeah, so we just got back from spring break. We were down at the Lake Oconee with our coach, which was a fun week. We had a little inter squad Ryder Cup deal. So we did a little best ball the first day, and then alternate shot the second day, and some singles the third day. So we were down there Tuesday through Thursday, and then we played Sage Valley Friday. So
Yeah, the Ryder Cup thing. I was the team captain, and Mookie was the other team captain. And on my team, I had Ben, Caleb, Cam, and JT, and then me. And Caleb did not perform
Whatever.
what I thought he would do. But it was fun. It was fun.
We got beat.
Yeah, we lost. We
Pretty
lost.
good.
But yeah, it was a fun time.
it was a good time.
The weather was good the last day. We took the pontoon boat to the course, which was fun.
Yeah.
Did some yoga out on the dock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George had to answer a lot of hard questions in the press conference afterwards.
Yeah, it was a tough loss. Me and Zach Johnson are in the same conversation, but maybe I'll get it. I'm young. Maybe I get the captaincy again, but
we kind of blacked out though a little bit. We got some good matchups.
Yeah.
I think your singles picks the last day could have been a touch better.
We won singles.
We won singles.
We won singles 3-2.
Well, no.
No,
me and
we didn't
Pa
finish our
technically
match.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
All right. Well.
Close though.
yeah.
then
We're
we
playing
played-
there next week. Great
Huh?
Waters, our tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we played down there. So yeah, we played Great Waters 2 of the days. We played. What was the first one we played?
Landings.
The
Landings,
yeah.
which was pretty solid. But yeah, we played Great Waters the second 2 days, and yeah, that's where we have the Linger Longer next week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty challenging golf course, depending on how the weather is. It looks like it's gonna be pretty nice the first couple days, but it's gonna get pretty cold the last day, I think, or at least that's what I heard Cam say. today, but I'm
Yeah, I
not
heard
sure.
that too.
But yeah, we played down there for a couple of days, and we went to Sage Valley on Friday with member Scott Kingsfield was nice enough to host us out there. So that was a pretty unreal day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah,
That was my first time playing it.
Yeah.
So it was super cool.
it's
It's a lot like Augusta,
It's
kind of.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
easy
very
there.
kind of similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
But no, yeah.
It's a similar.
No, well, he
idea.
like modeled, like the guy who made it, like modeled it after kind of Augusta, because
Yeah.
he never got into it.
There's some really cool holes out there,
Yeah,
and I don't really know.
I
don't
like
really,
2. 2 is one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I mean I personally like the front 9 a little bit better than the back 9,
Mm-hmm.
but back 9 out there is tough. Like the first few holes you can really go low, and then after that it's kind of a kick in the teeth.
Yeah,
But yeah, everything's overseeded just like you'd see at Augusta, and
yeah.
greens roll really good, and
The par 3
It's-
course was sick.
Yeah, the par 3
It's like we
course
ate
is-
dinner there, and then like at night, like it was all lit up and stuff.
Yeah,
I wish
they've
we had more
got-
time. We could have played
Yeah,
it at night. That would have been fun.
it's a lit up, the lit up par 3 course. It's pretty cool because they have lights that I don't know if anybody watched the last Capital One match with Lexi Thompson and Max Home and everything.
I don't think many people.
Well, that golf course was lit up too, but they didn't have the lights that went up in the air. So when they would hit it, they would lose it in the dark. But out Sage, they have the lights that point up too.
Well, yeah, but
So
I
you
mean,
can
we're
see the
only
ball
hitting
fly.
like 100-yard shots.
Yeah, but like they were talking about that in that
Yeah.
match too. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
couldn't see it once it got up
Yeah.
at a certain point. But yeah, that par 3 course is pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also, not like we didn't know it before, but Scotty Scheffler's pretty good at golf.
Yeah, I feel like everybody was
You
kind
called
of.
that. Not officially, but you called
I
it.
mean, I did kind of call it. I was like, I'm going out on a limb. I think Scotty will win.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Yeah. And he did. But yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody's kind of been waiting for him to have a good putting week, and when it finally happened, he wins by 5 shots.
That's going to be
pretty
actually,
easy.
that's going to be, I don't know. I've always thought if you hit it to like between 8 and 20 feet on every single hole, your putting stats out there, the way they do them are going to be pretty crappy.
Yeah.
I mean, we like the way we do our stats, I think is pretty similar to how they do
Yeah.
shot link.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hit it to 20 feet all day, and if you miss a 20-footer, you're technically losing like 0.2 shots.
Yeah,
at a time.
it adds up if you don't make any birdie
It
putts.
can be. I think the putting stats out there can be a bit misleading
Mm-hmm.
at times, but I don't know if he putts like he did this past week.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
think he
consistently.
lost on the last hole there last year. Like he hit in the water or something, and
Well,
it-
he won in 20.
Yeah, he won the year before.
And then I think he
2.
lost it last year by like a shot or two, and he hit in the water on 18.
Probably. Yeah.
Any
And
course,
He top
any-
fives every single time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he was
But-
like, "I'm glad I had a 5-shot lead because I don't like this 18th hole very much." Like,
Yeah.
it's cool to see like those guys like even saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they're not always that confident.
Yeah, they make they make hitting the fairway on that hole look really easy.
Mm-hmm.
From TV, it looks like a super hard fairway to
Yeah.
hit. Like it's just like I don't know what it is. I don't know how you guys are, but holes that have like no dog leg at all, like no bend, when they're just straight away and like the fairway super tight, like those
Yeah.
are hard, and there's nothing to aim at either because you're just hitting basically into a pond. So I feel like it'd be hard to get an aiming point, but yeah, I mean any course where ball striking's kind of the main deal, he's gonna play pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Like, I mean, I think there's a good chance he might win this week as well.
there's a very good chance.
Yeah.
That would lead us into the next thing. What do you think? What are y'all's picks for the players?
I'm
George
going to
speech.
go out on the limb and say Scotty Scheffler.
Are you?
Yeah, I do.
I would actually pick Scotty because I feel like those golf courses are very similar. He always plays well at both. I don't know. I mean,
Is Ricky
I-
in the field?
If I was betting, which I can't, but if I was, I'd put money on Scotty Scheffler. But let's say he wasn't in the field, I'm going Jordan Spieth.
Is he in the field?
Is he in the field this week? Yeah,
That was funny.
But yeah, I don't know. My pick would be Scotty Scheffler, but I think I'd probably say the same thing as you too, though.
Yeah.
If like
me and JT were all over Spieth this year.
Yeah.
Spieth's gonna win a major.
Really? You think so?
Yep. This year he'll win a major.
That weird waggle he's got going on at the top.
It's all right.
Never know.
It's all right.
I mean, his game is pretty good for a place like Sawgrass, though, because he can get out of pretty much any situation you put him in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could throw him in the bottom of a dumpster and he'll find a way to make a par. But I don't know. I mean, there was a stat last week which I thought was pretty eye-opening about Scotty. Obviously, there was the one about him making 16 to 16 from inside of 15 feet the last round, but that really counts like every putt from the edge of the hole to 15 feet. So a lot of those were probably like.
That's still good though.
No, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like that's still really good.
Yeah, that was.
So 16. There's only 2 other holes where he had a putt outside of 18 feet, or at 16, 15. How many feet? It was 15 feet.
Yeah.
So there's 2 holes that he had a putt from outside of 15 feet, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he made 6 birdies, 6 under.
It was just clean card, 6 birdies, no
Yeah.
bogeys, which
Yeah.
I think that was tied the low round of the week, and I think the last day it played the hardest. So, I mean,
I'll do it.
yeah, that will do.
I'll do it.
You ready for my pick?
Yeah.
Ludwig.
For the players?
Oh, that's a
Really?
good one. That's a good one.
Why?
Did you-
I just saw him on Instagram earlier today, and he's
That's all
top
you
10 in
needed?
the world now. Is that?
Yeah.
That's what I saw. I mean,
Kid's
that's
just a
crazy.
strike.
We were playing against him less than a year ago at
9 months
Calusa
ago.
Pines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty. Did you ever play with him last year? I know Buck
No, I
did.
didn't, but
Buck said that he was probably the
that's what a lot of people
probably
say.
He said
best golfer
yeah,
he's
Buck
ever
said like he
played
hit in the water on 1 at Frederica in that tournament, and then from 2 through 18, he's like he didn't. I think he played like 7 under from then in. Buck's
Yeah.
like he did not miss a single.
Was that at
putt.
Calusa?
No, it was at Frederica. That Frederica.
Oh yeah, it was
Cup.
at Frederica.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that dude-
Calusa, yeah, he just hits it long and straight and putts it decent.
it's very simple. I feel like he's a big dude. I mean, what is he? Probably 6'4", 6'5",
Yeah,
at least.
he's tall.
Like you don't really. I feel like a lot of dudes who are that tall, they kind of have a interesting looking move at it, just because they're so big.
Yeah,
But with him, it's nothing like crazy out of the ordinary. It's just super. It's like one of the most fundamental golf swings you can watch.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah, it's
So that's
very
my
like
pick.
simple.
Yeah, it's super simple.
we'll
He
wait
uses
on.
his size.
We'll
really
wait
well.
on our Masters picks.
Yeah, we'll
Wait.
wait. We'll wait till a little
Yeah.
closer. Well,
I guess when is Masters first or second week April this
I think
year?
it's second.
it's like the first full week of April. So like
Yeah,
it's like April 10th, 11th,
yeah.
12th, or something like that.
Yeah.
13th.
I don't know. But in all seriousness, though, I think I would not be shocked if Scotty Scheffler won.
all right. Pick someone besides Scotty.
Yeah.
I can't.
Come
Like,
on,
you
man.
literally.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's-
My
no,
pick.
that's
Just
just-
act like he's not playing.
Okay, that's like.
Who's finishing second?
Are we picking Scotty or the field?
All right, yeah. Who's finishing second?
I mean, I don't. Maybe Zalatoris.
Okay, I like
I
that
like
pick.
He's been striping.
Mm-hmm. He has.
I'd say probably Zalatoris and him are. Ooh, you know what? No, never mind. Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark's gonna finish second.
So it's gonna be the same tournament.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they're the 2 best players in the world right now,
Okay.
without a doubt. Rory's hitting it all over the place.
Yeah, Rory's struggling.
I mean, I think.
He gave Scotty a tip though. He told him to switch putters.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah,
dumb.
backfired.
Yeah, that was very dumb.
I mean, but he was. Scotty was putting with probably like one of the hardest putters to putt with. I mean, and then he went. I feel like he probably should have, because this wasn't the first week that he putted with the Spider. He did it a little
Yeah.
bit last year too, but it went
Yeah, for like
terribly
2
wrong.
weeks, and it like wasn't great, and he went back.
Yeah, I guess the one he was putting with last year was a prototype, some sort of like milled face.
Yeah, I
like a
saw
lot of
that.
those Spider X's, they have inserts, and the one that he used first last year apparently didn't, and I think it was just not.
Yeah.
I guess well, clearly he didn't like it because he only used it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But whatever he's got right now is working. If he keeps putting good, it's gonna be pretty freakish. So, oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we could do some questions.
For each of you guys, we can go down the line here. Who's on your Mount Rushmore of golf players? So Mount Rushmore 4 players, so top 4 players, I guess, of all time.
Of all time,
Yeah.
I'll let you guys go first. I want to see what y'all say.
Caleb, you got it.
I answered this the other day for the Athlete Insider, but I did Tiger, Jack, Arnold Palmer, and Gary Player.
I'll go Tiger, Jack, Arnold Palmer, and
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler.
That's your man.
He's good.
That's your boy.
Dude,
Yeah, he is my boy.
That dude.
You swing like him.
No, I wish.
You like to do that little slide.
Yeah, he does.
I tried to do this.
George kind of has the same behavior. He doesn't have the same footwork.
Yeah.
But after he hits the ball, the way he like leans over.
Yeah, mine's off the toe. His is off the center.
Yeah.
I think Tiger, Jack, Arnie are probably the most obvious three. For the fourth,
Franklin Langham.
I was thinking Franklin Langham. I don't know. Gary Player, it's kind of a tie.
Between Gary and
Greg Norman. I'm screwing with you. It's probably Tiger, Jack, Arnie, and Gary Player. But actually, you know what? No, I'd put Trevino on there. I really like Trevino.
all right.
He had some flair to him.
Like
So that's who I'd put in my fourth.
No Bobby Jones in any of there.
Yeah, if he wasn't an amateur, maybe. I don't know. And also something about the time period makes that a little bit odd.
Yeah.
But
Bob Jones.
Bobby Jones, pretty legit.
All right. Next question.
Oh no, Hogan's my fourth. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh.
There we go.
Hogan's a good one.
Moving on.
I put a lot of thought into that. Just spit out
He's
Hogan.
got
Gonna
eight
spit out
guys
one like
up there.
5 minutes from now, just randomly.
If you could narrow it down to just one particular thing, what's your main reason for choosing to come to UGA? Play golf here.
Football. Not just kidding.
For me, it was being close to home was a big part of it, but also I really liked Doug and Hacker, which was another big part of it. I really just kind of liked how they were very hands off here. They don't really try to mess with you too much. Some places you go, coaches will try to change the way you play golf. They might try to change your swing. Everybody kind of has their own different philosophy, but they don't give you help unless you like ask, which is a nice thing. And that was a huge thing for me. But along with that, being close to my coach and being close to home was a big part of it too. And obviously, like, the academics here are really good too. I think sometimes people may forget about that.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of the same for me. Like, I grew up in Georgia. I've been a Georgia fan my whole life, so it's like my dream school, close to home. And like, honestly, like, the guys on the team, like, we're all pretty close. We're all good friends. Like, we all kind of like the same stuff. So like, it's kind of like fun to be here with all of them and play golf with them for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely a reason now, but I didn't know anyone really because I entered the portal and then I transferred in July. So like, I didn't know Carter. I lived with him. That was scary. I met Benny at the Western. I met Benny, Bob, and old Carl at the Western. That was the first time, and then I went to school. So, but I like Doug and Hack, and they just kind of. It was my favorite school, and then they gave me the most money out of the three schools I was looking to transfer from. So it was like a no-brainer for me. Like,
Yeah. And warmer weather.
out of state and warmer weather is huge.
Yeah,
That's a big reason.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is out of like best ball, alternate shot, scramble. What's your favorite type of like alternate format to play around in?
Question.
I think the most common is best ball because it's just easy at our level to match up against, like 2v2 at best ball. But if you have a good partner, I like the alternate shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, playing with somebody like who's good and stuff. I think alternate shot's fun. Yeah. And then obviously like playing with like friends and stuff. Scramble. I like a scramble.
2-man, 4-man.
4-man. Yeah.
4-man scrambles are fun. I like best ball a lot, but I'd never played. honestly played alternate shot until last week.
Really? Yeah,
I'd never done
hadn't
it.
really either.
Because it's not really the first thing your mind
You
jumps
do it a
to.
little bit, but
I
like,
enjoyed it. I really liked alternate
you always
shot.
want to play your own ball.
Yeah.
So that's why like
Yeah,
best ball is like easy.
But alternate shot is really, really cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I agree though. Scramble, and I think about it like with my buddies and like
Yeah,
a
it's
fundraiser, like
trying to shoot-
taking carts
trying
and
to
just
shoot
like hitting as hard as you can.
birdie every hole.
Fundraiser scrambles
Just
are
fist
pretty
pump,
epic.
running around the
Yeah.
greens. Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
I love a good shamble where you take the best drive and then play your own ball in from there.
Yeah, that's
those
a
are
good.
fun, too.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's a good one. What distances can you expect to face in college? I'm guessing that's like total course
Probably.
yardage.
Yeah.
And what are y'all's stock yardages? So I guess we can tackle the first part of that. Like, what's the what that question means? What's the a
You
normal-
run-
Anywhere from like 7,100 to
Yeah.
76.
You don't really see it under 7,000.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
hard pressed to find a golf course from the tips that plays less than 77,000 now.
It's a guarantee whenever you guys play in a tournament, you're playing all the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll move some par threes
Yeah,
around.
sometimes like, at least for me, like some days they'll move one up to like 140, and then they might be 200. the
Yeah,
next
they
day.
like to
But that's
change around
really
the
It
par
depends on the
threes.
area of country too you are. Because
Yeah.
like if you're out in the desert, then courses out there from the tips play like, I mean, I think Greyhawk was what, 75?
Yeah.
Something like that. But it doesn't
Plays
play
a
like
lot,
that.
though.
But that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a
it
big number on a
depends.
scorecard.
It depends. Like, we'll go to Great Waters. We won't get a lot of roll, but they might move some tees
Yeah,
around.
what's Great Waters on the card? 72?
I don't know.
I think it
Oh,
is.
yeah, it's about that.
It's probably about 72, but the way it normally plays for us, it really plays more like
75.
74, 75.
Yeah.
So, like that gets lengthy. There's just there's not many golf courses that you go around and play that you have a ton of long irons on par fours.
Yeah.
Great Waters, you can almost guaranteed to have at least one or two around on par fours.
At least if you play those
and
tees.
the par threes
yeah.
are long too. So, yeah.
The thing is, in practice rounds, I feel like whether it's an amateur or college event, we always play the back tees in the practice
Yeah,
rounds.
it's easier to go forwards rather than
Yeah, exactly.
backwards.
So you kind of expect for the longest, and then they normally switch them around if they're a good tournament host.
Yeah.
Stock yardages. Let's just go with like.
Driver 350.
Let's just go with like 7-iron, and then like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanna go through
I hit
everyone.
I'll start with driver. I mean, driver, I'm carrying it probably like 285. It rolls out 300, but I mean, right now we don't play many courses with roll out, but
I'm the same boat.
yeah, I'm kind of like 285 carry.
Pause
Yeah.
a little shorter.
I don't know. It kind of depends on the day. I think right now I'm hitting a little bit higher, so maybe more like 290 to 295 carry, but
Bombs.
High bombs.
That draw.
and that could roll out to wherever. But I don't know. I hit a 7-iron probably. I mean, like a comfortable 7-iron is like 185. If I get that
Yeah,
number, then
I'm
I'm
probably
pretty-
like 180.
yeah.
177, 180.
Yeah. So
Comfortable
kind of
9-iron.
work off those.
Mhm.
But everybody kind of hits. I feel like no matter how far, like I guess unless you're in like Buck Brumlow territory, everybody kind of hits their short irons the
Yeah.
same distance.
Yeah.
I mean, like a 9-iron's like 55.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
155.
Like
for
it
me,
doesn't
kinda
really
like
matter how.
150.
Yeah, it seems like everybody hits those close by
Yeah.
the same distance.
Yeah.
But
Favorite tournament you ever played in? There's a second part, and who you played in it with. Maybe this one's from someone you guys know. But favorite tournament you guys played in?
One I just played in, Carter played with me in Arizona. It's called like the Patriot All-American, and it's like for all the past like All-Americans of the previous year. You kind of go there and you like, it was really cool because like you honor a fallen soldier and you get like a bag and stuff like that. That was super cool to kind of like, I guess represent your country a little bit and like a fallen soldier. And the way they set it up, it was a lot like the Waste Management Phoenix Open. So like on 16, there was like kind of like a big box, and there was kind of like a party hole, and it was a par 3. And on the last day, they made it like 100 yards to try to make hole in one. And on 18, there's like huge tents like all the way down. It actually felt like,
it looks like a tour event.
yeah, it looked like a tour event.
They
Like
get a
they
big
made it, they
show
made a
out.
big like, you know, they made it big, and so it was super cool to play in. Obviously, but yeah, Carter played it with me. I think that was a cool one I played in.
They play music the whole day too.
Yeah.
They're like basically part of a rave.
Yeah, and it's like near New Year's, so it's kind of a party the whole time. So
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun to play
Yeah,
in.
that one's fun. I think for me, it's probably a tie between the Future Masters I always really enjoyed.
2-time champ.
2-time.
I like that golf tournament a lot. I like that golf course and the people around there. So I always really liked Dothan. But it's probably a tie between that and any USGA event you can play, to be honest. I mean, like I played in the US 4-ball for a few years, and that's always really fun because you're doing it with somebody. You know, you have a partner, so you kind of get to share the experience if you're playing well with somebody else. But the US Junior is one of the most fun weeks I've ever had too. Me and Buck played in that. We stayed in the house together that week with Caleb Surratt, actually. So,
Yeah.
no, me and Buck didn't even stay together. It was just me and Caleb. But we were there together, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I think any USGA event you play in is that any one that I've played in, it's been.
I'm not saying. I'm not
Caleb?
saying. I'm not saying it. No.
US Open.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say the Corn Ferry up in Maine.
Over the U.S. Open.
I'm not saying over it. Like obviously that's
you
one.
have two really good ones though, because the US Open was what? How far from your house?
2 hours.
2 hours from your house.
That's
sick.
yeah.
Down
And then
here.
the Corn Ferry event up in Maine, that's another pro tournament.
Both of them for the same reason though. Like people like who I grew up with like could come watch me. And,
Yeah,
like
that's
family and
sick.
friends. But the Corn Ferry in Maine, I first qualified for like. The guy told me I was going to get like a sponsor exemption, and then he kind of like just like faded out and like didn't give it to me. So I went Monday, qualified, and my coach was like wanted to like put it in that guy's face, and they ended up pairing me with the head pro who they gave the sponsor exemption to at that course. So like just like every main like golf like fan or like golfers were like just following our group because like he had the head pro and then me who just qualified, and it was like I think I shot
so
48 on the front nine. I was like shaking in my boots, but then I figured it out from there, and then but that was probably the most fun I had. I had my buddy on the bag, and even though I didn't play that well, it was just fun.
Last question is one from me right now. I don't think we talked about it or covered it yet. What did you guys think of? If you watched all the episodes from this new season of Full Swing?
I watched the first two.
We
and
watched a
half,
couple of them
three.
at Hacker's house at the lake house.
I liked Ricky's.
I did too. I almost shed a tear.
Yeah.
Oh, I was balling at the end of that.
Yeah, Ricky's was good, and then I thought the whole like Ryder Cup ones were
I haven't
good.
got to that yet, but I'm sure.
Those were good.
But I mean Brooks. I mean they're all over him.
What do you mean?
Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, what about him?
They're just all over him. I just feel like that's the whole show.
Well, I mean, he's the villain of golf,
Yeah.
essentially. I mean, because
But I mean, he's good though. Like he deserved to be on the team though.
I'm not talking about the Ryder Cup. I'm talking about just like the episode. Like during the episode, they're like,
yeah.
Brooks.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Ryder Cup. I was like,
Yeah.
you won a major.
that dude's sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the Joel Damon one was pretty eye-opening, I think.
Yeah. I'm watching that one right now.
The lows get pretty low out there, especially, I don't know. I think one of the things that he said that I found really interesting was he was like, shooting 76 and being famous sucks. And I could not even imagine going through that.
No.
Like you get off of a golf course where you probably didn't want to be out there. You're pissed off. You played terrible, and some dude, as nice as it is, and you're gonna be a nice guy about it, is like, you're my hero. Like,
Not
that
just
would make
some
me
dude,
want to.
not just one person.
Like everybody's like, oh,
Yeah.
Joel. And then
Especially
Gino.
when and they talked about in the show, like he didn't have that slow rise to fame. Like it was like
just-
this is Joel outside of like the golf like nerds like
Yeah.
who know who Joel Damon is and most every guy out there. But it's like for a lot of people, it's like this is Joel Damon. Here's his story on season one, and then boom, he's a household name, and
Yeah.
a lot of people resonate with him, and I think he's a pretty cool guy. But yeah, being thrust into that and not playing your best golf, I can't imagine how difficult.
And I don't really think he's the type of dude that really likes the limelight
No.
that much either. Like
No.
he's a pretty low key dude, and to just kind of be thrown into a situation like that is probably pretty difficult, especially when you don't have your best stuff. But because I mean, like even if you listen to his, like if you rewatch the episode from last year, that he says like, well, his caddy Gino's like, I don't understand why he doesn't think he can be like a top 10 player.
Yeah.
In the world. Like he's so good, but Joel just thinks that he sucks.
Yeah, and then this
And
year they're
Joel's-
talking about getting him a psych coach.
Yeah. And Joel's like, well, you know, somebody's got to be the 70th ranked player in the world. Why isn't it just going to be me?
He's one of the guys that I put in the bucket, same as like John Daly, where it's like, and I could be off base here, but I look at the view as them as just like, you have like gifted, just raw talent. You could go out there and just, you could not pick up a club for a year and then go out there and shoot 70. Like it's nothing. That not many people I would put in that bucket, but Joel Dame and John Daly, I'm sure there's a handful of other ones, but it's like a lot of people have to work really hard to be there, where it's like if he had maybe a little bit more drive or just something else ticking in his head, like he could be a top 10 player in the world just from that raw talent standpoint.
Angel Cabrera.
Yeah.
DJ
Spends 2 years in Colombian prison, comes out and shoots 67 in his first round as a pro again.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty legit too.
Zach Johnson, hindsight, I mean, I don't think I'm a huge JT fan. I don't think he deserved to be on the Ryder Cup team.
No, not at all.
Especially looking at, you guys agree?
Bryson DeChambeau had shot 58 3 weeks prior to that. And I don't really, at this point, I'm not really like a advocate for either tour. Like, I don't care what you do, but the fact that there's still just like this ginormous stigma about guys on the LIV Tour, how they aren't qualified to play in these events. Taylor Gooch won how many times out there last year? 4 times.
Yeah. Did you see
You're going to try to tell me that he doesn't deserve to be on the Ryder Cup?
Yeah.
Or Lucas Glove, like that was...
Or Keegan.
Or Keegan.
That was the episode. It was JT versus Keegan. So if you pull JT out, again, this is all hindsight, but you pull JT out, who you fill in that spot with?
Lucas
Is it going to be
Glover.
Keegan, or Lucas Glover?
Because he's hot.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
Lucas
always
Glover,
been a fan of, I've always been a firm believer in, you go with who's playing the best golf right now. It's not a lifetime achievement. I would get in a lot of trouble with a lot of Tiger Woods diehards that they gave Tiger Woods some Ryder Cup or President Cup spots when he does not have a good record in those match play tournaments. And he's not playing well at that present time, but then he gets it just because he's Tiger Woods. And I get it, like if you're going to do that with anyone, it makes the most sense with him.
Yeah.
But then I've always been a fan of give it to someone who's like playing good right now if you want to try and actually secure a win for your team.
Everybody always gets wrapped up in Tiger Woods' USAM and US Junior record, but he had 36 holes to beat those guys.
Yeah.
You can't give Tiger Woods 18 holes in match play.
Yeah.
Like he's not very strong in that type of stuff.
Yeah, his record's not great.
Not great at all. He's a slow starter. He hits it all over the place.
That's just how it is in match play, though. Like, anyone can.
Yeah.
It's so hard to have a consistent
historically,
record.
his record, like if a lot of those USAMs and US Juniors were only 18 holes, he would have lost a bunch of them. But to even make it to the finals in any of those is impressive in itself too. So, yeah, I don't know. I think my personal pick for that week, and I don't think really people ever mention his name that much because I think a lot of people either were looking at Tony Finau or Keegan Bradley because they're a little bit more household, face of the PGA Tour type guys. But with as good as Lucas Glover hits the ball and as good as he was putting, kind of the same thing as Scotty Scheffler, honestly. Very similar player to that, like where he brings it every single week with ball striking. And if he putts well, typically he's gonna either win or finish really high in the tournament. That course looked like you needed to be able to hit it, drive it down a thimble. That course was so tight. The rough was way long. Like the Europeans strategically pick guys that hit the ball straight for the most part. Like they use a lot of their picks on good ball strikers. Like I just like with where Justin Thomas's game was at, and it's not even that he did the worst at anybody, but with how straight a guy like Lucas Glover hits the ball and how good he hits it, I just don't see why you wouldn't want a guy like that on your team.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
It's easy to sit here so many months later and pick apart that tough decision for
That
Zach
made me
Johnson.
sick. I was watching all those matches with Connor. And first of all, playing in a hostile environment like that, it's like...
That's tough.
That's brutal.
I mean, didn't Scheffler and Koepka lose 9 down or something? Or 8 down?
9 and 7, I
Man,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, I got smoked.
There's one thing.
die.
Those people do not like us over there. they don't like American golfers.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like Brian Harmon talked about it, like some of the stuff that they're huge golf fans, but some of the stuff that they were saying to Harmon while he was out there, with a lead at the Open was like, they were pretty ruthless. When you get a crowd that big swayed against you, like that's just, I feel like it would just kind of be a domino effect at that point. But
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah, it's super tough.
Wrapping it up, out of all of our friends up here on the wall, who for the players are we going to have sitting in Russell's spot? Is Russell going to stay there or after the players as low UGA guy?
I'm going Harris English.
I like that pick. I like B Todd right now too. I think Brendan Todd, way he's playing.
Garth.
Sep.
Mm-hmm. He shot 80 on Sunday.
Never say die.
Never say die. Yeah, those are all.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
possible. There's all, but this is. I feel like it's been a minute since all of them are playing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like typically, it's been a thing in the past.
And
where a
like
couple
I was
of them
close to
playing
saying Keith too. He always plays good at the players.
good. Yeah, he does always play good at the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Keith.
Yeah, Cashman Keith.
But I think pretty much everybody that's out on tour right now is playing well. So, yeah, Keith could be one of those guys, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll get another funny video out of him on
Yeah.
on 13 this year.
That was funny.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of wraps it up.
Sweet.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully we come back with a win next week at the Linger Longer. But thanks for tuning in, and follow us on all our socials at DawgLeg Show, DAWG. Thanks.